These memes are getting totally out of control.
I want to piss on you. I'll piss on you. I'll pee on you.
Why did we have to see that? As of course, the situation is getting pretty crappy all around here, as there's a lot of news to talk about. Fiscal news, foreign policy news, destruction of the White House news, crypto news, as it looks like there's some insider trading going on here, as there are some other people that I think truly do deserve pardon, at least a little bit of grace, at least a little bit of an investigation, as of course now their aircraft are in the skies. They're not, according to President Trump, that just denied them, as there are storm clouds gathering over Venezuela and Ukraine, as there's major escalations afoot here. Charges being thrown around willy-nilly. And in this particular video, there's so much going on. We're just going to tell you everything that is going on today that we didn't yet talk about on this particular YouTube channel in a video delving into all the crappy stuff happening in this world. And if you appreciate these type of videos, subscribe, click the notification button. We greatly appreciate your time with us. Now, you go to Google News, number one story, the White House is destroyed. Who cares? Barack Obama installed a basketball court in the White House, and everyone's like, that's so cool. Trump's renovating, and he's building on top of the East Wing, and of course he's destroying it. Okay, and the corporate media is making a big stink out of it. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. There's a bowling alley that got replaced by a basketball court. Who cares? As the New York Times writes, Trump is wasting no time in tearing down the East Wing. There's a lot of other things happening in this world. Energy prices going up. That, cost of everything going up. $38 trillion net. Oh, he's renovating the White House. And he's even doing it with donors, right? He's not even using public funds. Who's building it? Apple, Amazon, Lockheed Martin, Microsoft, Google, Coinbase, Comcast, Meta. Major companies making donations, being like, yeah, it's going to be a 90,000 square foot ballroom. Okay. Yeah. Who cares? New York Times. A pile of rubble. After 123 years, the East Wing is gone. Mourners are outraged as President Trump's demolition is to make way for his $3 million ballroom. Others say it was time for a change. Who cares? Stop wasting my time. There's other things going on, as Donald Trump also publicly announced that he no longer will be sending federal troops to San Francisco. Those troops faced very serious battles with hepatitis and other deadly contagious type of viral diseases there, as of course San Francisco is known for being the poop capital of the United States. Lots of poop everywhere, people pooping everywhere, and just a poopy place. I don't know why. Goodness gracious. Anyway, as Donald Trump says, he's going to give San Francisco the chance to turn things around. Will they? Will they actually take it seriously? As of course we had major left-wing protests against federal agents taking down criminal gangs in New York City. New York City on Canal Street. Right? Canal Street used to be run. It was always known as the bootleg place. I grew up in New York City. There were nice bootleggers there. Whatever. Oh, yeah. Like, you want some, knockoffs. There's a new type of, according to my friends, new type of bootleggers that came in that were violent. That were also selling drugs, selling fentanyl, being very brutal, being very aggressive, attacking people, not just providing a service. The feds dealt with it, and New York City, predominantly fat, liberal white people came out. And I saw the coverage yesterday of the protest there. They're like, oh, no independent media is there. How dare they be there? And they attacked independent media, of course, as they were protecting and holding on and clutching on to their African migrants and criminal gangs. As right now, there's even lawsuits trying to stop Donald Trump from building a ballroom. Well, it's a little bit too late for that, okay? And anyway, we'll see what happens. Donald Trump could declare air is good for you, and they're going to freak out. All of this as the legal battles for InfoWars also continues, as the Texas Third Court of Appeals just ruled that InfoWars could be shut down as soon as 5 days. Now, we heard this a couple weeks ago, a couple weeks before that, a couple months ago. This has been an ongoing saga, and this is what Alex Jones had to say.
Well, I was lifting weights at 8 a.m. this morning, and our InfoWars accountant, he runs a big accounting firm. He's only here part-time, about 1 day a week. He came strolling in with not a bad look on his face and said, "Hey, can you meet with me as soon as you can? Done working out. Kind of hurry up a little." And I said, "Yeah." I said, "Come back, Bob. It's not good news, is it?" And he said, "No, the Texas Court of Appeals lifted the stay, and they greenlit the receiver," and he handed me the letter to come in. And the letter says that they're giving us 5 days to basically give them an exit strategy to close the building, or they will send in the sheriff's department. Of course, we'll obviously comply with the court order and all the rest of it. It's Judge Gloria Gamble, the literal Soros Antifa, previously blue hair, bright blue hair, literal commie.
So we'll see what happens to Alex. As Robert Barnes has some very interesting criticism in light of what looks like a pardon of what the Daily Mail is describing as a comically corrupt Chinese crypto founder. We'll get into that, as Donald Trump had some interesting comments. As it looks like there was even insider trading surrounding that. Everything's rigged. Everything's rigged. You know what's not rigged? We are Change.shop. We got a lot of great supplements. The second favorite selling one is Essential Fatty. I like it. I use it. And it's a great way of balancing your omega-6s and your omega-3s. Now, this is what Outdoctrination on Twitter says. Seed oils, quote, a likely cause of inflammation, and some people believe colon cancer. And they believe high omega-3 levels in the blood can cut the risk by, quote, 70%. This is what he says. And he has new findings, new data, new studies that were released here, highlighting how a lot of people have an imbalance, right? And if you're able to balance it, especially if you're in taking seed oils, omega-6s, which a lot of people are, right? You can't, it's like almost impossible. I try to avoid it. I do. But guess what? It's impossible. And sometimes I have a cheat meal and I have, some kind of fast food sometimes. No one's perfect. I try to be good. And right now, there's a direct correlation between omega-3 intake with being helping people with dealing with a lot of the seed oils out there. There's also a lot of really fascinating studies with smokers and fish oils. Look those up yourselves. Now, listen, you should be getting your fish oils from sardines, preferably the ones that are not mixed in seed oil. Yeah. Preferably not the ones in what in the world? I don't know why my camera does this. It does. Anyway, preferably not the ones in microplastic tin cans. Glass, 100% olive oil, not multi-sourced olive oil. Multi-sourced olive oil is just another way of saying like, oh yeah, just seed oils put in there. So again, it's just a pain in the butt. Most big fish, heavy metals, mercury, parasites. I listen, we get it from sardines. We get it from small fish. That's how we get our fish oils. Look up the studies with omega-6s and omega-3s. Look up the studies with smokers. Fascinating studies. I have a smoker who's close to me, and I'm like, bro, you bet. And I just give him the stuff free. I'm like, you better keep taking it. Really fascinating stuff. Quit. If you are smoking, quit. Don't get addicted to that stuff. Take care of yourself, guys. There's a war on for your health. We are Change.shop. We do our best to try to make sure that we arm you with the proper right tools to make sure that you are healthy, happy, and an incredibly powerful individual. Now, Robert Barnes says, no relief for Alex Jones, no relief for Tina Peters, but pardons for tech bros and donors. Not a good look for Trump. As the Daily Mail has an article, Trump mocked over brazen pardon of this, quote, comically corrupt Chinese crypto founder with ties to family business. Donald Trump has pardoned Changpeng Zhao, the convicted Binance crypto exchange founder, following months of talks between the Trump family and the businessman. As CoffeeZilla now is reporting that the guy who shorted the market and made $190 million before Trump's tweet about a Chinese trade war, that guy should be investigated. If that guy's not put in jail, I mean, everything's just even becoming more rigged and more of a scam. But now there was a Polymarket account linked to it called Big Winner or One that placed bets that this guy would be pardoned, and guess what? He won. These like gambling websites are just absolutely insane. Donald Trump was asked about this crypto person, and this is what he had to say.
The founder of Binance. Can you explain why you chose to pardon him, and did it have anything to do with his involvement in your
Which one?
family's?
Who is that?
The founder of Binance. He has an involvement in your own
The
family's
recent
crypto
one, yes.
business.
I believe we're talking about the same person because I do pardon a lot of people. I don't know. He was recommended by a lot of people. A lot of people say that. Are you talking about the crypto person? A lot of people say that he wasn't guilty of anything. He served 4 months in jail, and they say that he was not guilty of anything. That what he did. Well, you don't know much about crypto. You know nothing about. You know nothing about nothing. You fake news. But let me.
Hey, listen. There is a lot of ridiculous rules when it comes to crypto. A lot of ridiculous type of policies that has seen a lot of people be put away, right? A lot of people be criminally charged for simply transacting, which I think is wild, which I think is crazy, which I think is idiotic.
Just tell you that he was somebody that, as I was told, I don't know him. I don't believe I've ever met him. But I've been told by a lot of support. He had a lot of support. And they said that what he did is not even a crime. It wasn't a crime, that he was persecuted by the Biden administration. And so I gave him a pardon at the request of a lot of very good people.
Now, say what you may about this, as Tucker Carlson also recently came out and said, Bitcoin, it was created by the CIA.
And nobody can explain to me who Satoshi was?
I remember this was kind of my theory when Max Geyser was first telling me about this, when Bitcoin was still worth just a few dollars. You guys are welcome for listening to us and this channel. We were way ahead of the times reporting on crypto and Bitcoin. And we were like, how do we know it's not an invention of the CIA? I don't think it is. I think Tucker is wrong here, but this is what he had to say.
The creator of Bitcoin, this mysterious guy who apparently died, but nobody knows who he was. I grew up in D.C. primarily in a government family, so CIA. That's my guess. Can't prove it, but you're telling me to invest in something whose founder is mysterious and has billions of dollars of unused Bitcoin. What is that? And no one can answer the question, including some of the biggest holders of Bitcoin in the world. Do I know personally? They're like, oh, it doesn't matter. It matters to me, right?
I would say boomer. I like Tucker. I just respectfully, it's important that he said that he believes that this is the thing. Listen, there's a lot of libertarians. There's a lot of people on the right. There's a lot of freedom-oriented people that were greatly enhanced and enriched through Bitcoin. Would the CIA actually do that? That's a question that I think counters all of that, as things got a little testy when one of the students asked Tucker about, his ties and his family's ties to the CIA as well. But again, if anyone would know, it also would be Tucker here. What do you think? What do you guys think Bitcoin is CIA? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. As, of course, that's not the only weird clandestine type of situation unfolding that we, of course, are all dealing with. As right now, we're getting reports of Vladimir Putin's military aircraft being spotted in Lithuanian airspace, as Putin is also threatening very serious and overwhelming of a response if Russia is attacked by Tomahawk missiles. Now, yesterday we reported to you that Donald Trump has issued new sanctions against Russia and said, Ukraine's able to strike deep inside of Russia. Ukraine has already been doing that. I don't know if that changes anything. This is what Putin had to say.
As for the politics, what do we have here? It is an attempt to exert pressure on Russia. But no self-respecting country, no self-respecting nation will never make any decisions under pressure. And obviously, Russia has this privilege, has this prerogative to believe to be among this list of self-respecting countries and nations.
Yep, as that's Putin responding to the U.S. and EU sanctions that have been placed on them. As right now, a lot of people are saying, what's Trump doing here? As it looks like there's a kind of two-pronged pressure attempt. Zelensky came out and was asked, are you getting Tomahawk missiles? He's like, I don't know. Sometimes I think yes, sometimes I think no. I don't know. So far, the last we know was that there was an alleged screaming match between Zelensky and the President of the United States. As right now, a lot of people are saying, hey, only few Ukrainians want to see this war continue. A lot of people in Ukraine, a lot of people in Europe, a lot of people in the West just want to see this war over. As, of course, we have NATO and the European Union and the military-industrial complex saying, yeah, let's justify it, let's prolong this conflict. As other people are saying, look, Zelensky doesn't want this war to be over, because I think they're making the accusation that Zelensky knows that he will be meeting his kind of the end of his political career when this war is over, and if there are, quote, elections, especially if some of these Gallup polls are true about the wavering support of the Ukrainian people. And again, who knows about these polls? It's very hard to believe a lot of these polls, but I think it's fair to say that vast majority of people understand that this war has drug on for far too long, that it's going on for an exorbitant amount of time, and it needs to end as soon as possible. And the faster we're able to end it, the better off the world, energy prices, and resolve and peace will be in the world. Energy prices are going up through the roof, by the way, as a lot of people are pointing out. Yeah, the American households are subsidizing and paying for a rise in electricity, as of course, people are reporting this all across the United States. People's consumption of energy is remaining the same, but the prices are going up. As a lot of people now have the theory that we are subsidizing this type of AI race that's happening against China. Another country that China is close with, as of course China is also reporting that they're not going to be buying Russian oil anymore, allegedly because of these sanctions. They probably still will in the black market. Another country that also is very rich in resources, energy resources, is of course Venezuela, as there's always posts, and again, you gotta wait until they're kind of officially confirmed, but there's always multiple reports. U.S. military coming in. And I'm like, okay, we keep hearing that over and over again. There's significant military movement in Puerto Rico, off the coast of Venezuela. There's significant aircraft moving in. There's now reports of several aircraft from the United States Marine Corps taken off from the base in Puerto Rico, as people are saying that there are massive plans on the desk of Donald Trump to launch a huge airstrike against Venezuela and their drug cartels in the coming hours and days. Donald Trump just yesterday said, yeah, I'm notifying Congress. We're going to be striking the cartels on land. What does that mean? Does that mean Maduro will be targeted? His government, his regime will be targeted, as Donald Trump called him a narco trafficker? People are saying there's also a landing operation being drilled and war gamed right now. Many type of aircraft, many type of ships, planes, boats being mobilized in the region, as there's also now multiple reports of American B-1 bombers near Venezuela, as a lot of people are saying they're seeing them on radar, as Trump denied these claims.
Mr. President. Yeah, go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Thank you. Mr. President, thank you. Good to see you. If I could just ask both of you, including Secretary Hegseth, there's reporting the U.S. just sent B-1 bombers near Venezuela to ramp up some military pressure there. Is that accurate, and can you tell us more about that mission?
No, it's not accurate. No, it's false. But we're not happy with Venezuela for a lot of reasons, drugs being one of them, but also they've been sending their prisoners into our country for years under the Biden administration. Not anymore. We have a closed border. We had actually nobody for the last 4 months, I guess 5 months. They report nothing. They report zero. I don't know if that can be possible, but we'll accept it, right, fellas? But we have closed borders. We have people coming into our country, but they only come in legally. We have the strongest borders we've ever had. We might have the strongest borders of almost any nation right now. And that's a big difference from what it was 2 years ago when everybody was pouring in. but we're very unhappy with Venezuela because of what they've done. They've emptied their prisons into our country. Nobody can do that. Only a stupid person would have accepted it. And that's what we had running our country, very stupid people.
And listen, crime in Venezuela went down, especially during the Biden administration, where a lot of these Venezuelans just conveniently walked into places like New York City, where individuals like Letitia James gave them a little petty slap on the wrists. Big lady. Big lady. Whoa there. They gave him a little petty little slap on the wrist. As a lot of criminal Venezuelan gangs ran rampant all throughout the United States. Some of them still do. Of course, you send in the white man to carry all your bags. Anyway, those evil white men. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm thinking about Eddie Murphy and the Clumps. I'm sorry! Not professional, I'm so sorry. Anyway, thank you so much for getting our fish oils and... listen, those seed oils are something else, bro. Those seed oils, woo! Too much seed oils. Get some fish oils. I love you guys. Stay tuned for more all here exclusively on youtube.com/WeAreChamp.